Hi, I'm Janice Elsley, international author, leadership and change expert, a human design coach, and the founder of Harissa Business Partners. For more than 20 years, I've worked with CEOs, senior leaders, boards, and organizations navigating complexity, change, burnout, and cultural transformation. I'm also the host of Legacy Leaders podcast, where I have deep conversations with leaders about confidence, identity, and what it really takes to lead in environments that are fast-moving, uncertain, and emotionally demanding. And here's something I want to name right at the start of this conversation. The leadership challenges that most people are facing today are not primarily technical problems. They are nervous system problems. Leaders are not struggling because they don't know enough. They're actually struggling because their internal systems are overloaded. And that's what we're unpacking today. Don't forget to subscribe. To join the family, click the subscribe button below. So before we go any further, if you're interested in leadership that's grounded in neuroscience, human behavior, human design, and real organizational experience, not surface level advice, make sure you join right now. This channel is about helping leaders lead clearly, sustainably, and with self-trust in complex environments. Now, what this video will cover today. Here's where we're going into this conversation. So first, we're going to talk about why leadership feels harder now than it used to, even for experienced leaders. Then we're going to explore what the nervous system actually does in leadership and why it matters more than mindset or strategy under pressure. So from there, we're going to unpack how unregulated leadership shows up even in teams and cultures, often without leaders realizing it. And finally, we'll look at the one nervous system skill that changes everything and how leaders who develop it operate very, very differently. And at the end of all of this, I'm going to give you a reflection exercise so you can apply this to your own leadership immediately. Now, why leadership feels harder now? Let's start with something that many leaders are quietly thinking but rarely say out aloud. Leadership really feels harder than it used to be, and decisions take more energy, people feel more reactive, change feels constant, that emotional load is heavier. And many leaders assume this means that I'm not coping, I'm not resilient enough, and I should be handling this better by now. But here's the truth. Leadership hasn't become harder because leaders are weaker. It's actually become harder because the context has changed, and we are now leading in environments with constant uncertainty, increased emotional awareness, rapid change, and blurred boundaries, and very little recovery time. I'll say that again, very little recovery time. Which brings us to the real issue underneath all of this. Your nervous system was never designed to operate at this pace without regulation. So, if leadership pressure has increased, the next question becomes, what system inside us is actually carrying that load? What the nervous system is actually doing in leadership? Let's get into that. So your nervous system is constantly scanning for safety or threat. It influences how clearly you think, how you speak under pressure, how you respond to conflict, and how available you are to others. And now decisions are made. When your nervous system feels regulated, your thinking actually expands. Your communication is clearer. Your presence actually feels grounded. When it's dysregulated, you become reactive, impatient, avoidant, rude sometimes, or overly controlling. So this isn't a personality issue. This is a physiological state. And here's the key insight. People don't respond to your strategy. They respond to your state, which leads us to something most leaders never intentionally look at. Let's talk about what happens when leaders don't realize how their internal state is shaping the environment around them. Unregulated leadership often looks like urgency without clarity, reactivity instead of responsiveness, micromanagement masked as accountability, withdrawal masked as independence. Now, leaders don't intend this, but nervous systems are contagious. So when a leader is dysregulated, teams feel on edge. Psychological safety drops, communication narrows, and mistakes actually increase. Now, this is why two leaders can use the same strategy and get very different results. One is regulated, the other isn't. And that difference changes everything. So the question becomes, what is the skill leaders actually need right now? This brings us to the most important leadership capability most programs never teach: the nervous system skill every leader needs. So the most critical leadership skill today is self-regulation. I'll say that again. It's self-regulation. Not emotional suppression, not resilience through force, not pushing through. Self-regulation means recognizing when you're activated, understanding your stress patterns, knowing how to return to baseline, and leading from clarity instead of adrenaline. So regulated leaders pause before reacting. They make cleaner decisions. They hold tension without collapsing. And they create safety without trying. They don't need to dominate. They don't need to control. They don't need to perform. Their presence does the work for them. So what does leadership actually look like when regulation becomes the foundation? Regulated leaders, they communicate with clarity. They tolerate uncertainty. They stay open under pressure. And they actually model safety for others. They don't just lead tasks, they lead states. And in today's environment, that is the real leverage. I want to leave you with a short reflection. Take a few minutes and write down your answers to these questions. How do I typically respond when pressure rises? What signals does my body give me when I'm dysregulated? How might my internal state be impacting my team right now? And what would change if regulation became a leadership priority for me? You don't need to master this overnight. Awareness is the first step. Regulation is a practice. Now, if this conversation resonated, it's not because you're doing leadership wrong. It's because leadership today requires a different foundation. Your nervous system is not separate from your leadership. It is your leadership. So if you want more conversations like this, grounded in neuroscience, leadership, human design, and real-world experience, then make sure that you subscribe to the channel. And if this gave you language for something that you've been sensing but couldn't quite articulate, let me know in the comment below. I'll see you in the next video. Now, if this conversation resonated, it's not because you're doing leadership wrong. It's because leadership today requires a different foundation. Your nervous system is not separate from your leadership. It is your leadership. So if you want more conversations like this, grounded in neuroscience, leadership, human design, and real-world experience, then make sure that you subscribe to the channel. And if this gave you language for something that you've been sensing but couldn't quite articulate, let me know in the comment below. I'll see you in the next video.